I would like, if I may, to take the...
Alrighty, it quit raining last night. It seems to be dried out. I don't think it's supposed to rain for a couple more days, so we might get some runs in with the gopher. See how she's doing. We'll see how my back holds out. Got the 10s unit on it and turned up pretty much on high. So everything's a little tingly and shaky. Long as the batteries hold out, I'm good. But problem is I'm going through batteries pretty fast. So we got to make a run over to T's house. We got to go take her some video data over, and then we're going to get home and rest, and maybe even go out for something to eat. You never can tell. So all that being said, let's ride. Windows are pretty dirty. You got lots of bug guts on them. They don't tend to wash off very easily. These nice dry days, all I can say is she runs really, really well. Good acceleration, good. I mean, it's got to be a moisture thing. Maybe I can figure out how to seal it down a little bit more. Used to be pretty good at, when we raced on off-road vehicles, of sealing all the Volkswagens and all the 501 Cadillac motors that we used to use and stuff, sealing the electronics on that. Not sure if they still make that same type of spray that I used to use, and all the RTV silicone, but I hate to goop her up, but if anything to keep that moisture out, we'll see. But for now, we're here. We're going to go visit. We're going to take this data in. I'm happy. See ya! It is our half day. We're going to get ready and go in. Going to try and do a little talk here on the way in. Not sure if it'll work. The gopher's kind of loud now with that straight pipe, and there's so much stuff going on. I've got the windows open, so much stuff going on, mowing grass and everything. I really need to clean this window sometime. The windshield's getting really bad. So we're going to get on our way. Let's ride. One of the things that I have talked about in many times before, especially dealing with the computers, is the elderly being taken advantage of. And the elderly tend to be very accepting and forgiving, and they don't really distrust as much. So I'm old, 60 whatever. So, and even people older than me grew up in an era where it was more trusting and everything. So and I've warned against the scams about coming on your computer telling you to do this, to do that, to send money. The IRS has seized this and done that, whatever. There's one going around. It's not new, but there's one going around about people calling in need of money and claiming to be a relative and something like this. So it hit home a couple days ago. My mom got a phone call from my niece. and the phone call sounded just like my niece. She was in a panic, saying that they had her at the police station to about a fine, about something she had done wrong, and then it went into she had an accident and that she had to pay right away and she was in need from it. And my mom knows enough to not be that trusting, but it did sound exactly like my niece. All right, so mom's mother mode jumped into overdrive and was trying to figure out how to send the money and so forth and so on, but she kept telling her, honey, I don't have that money on hand. And kept saying, Grandma, why don't you just go and you've got your credit cards, go get credit cards and do whatever and stuff. And it knew, the people that were calling knew all of the property that my parents owned, the vehicles my parents owned, and so forth and so on. Finally, Mom started to wise up, started to ask a few questions, and the person on the other end, which was claiming to be my niece, hung up abruptly. Well, then my mom called my sister, which is my niece's mother, and so forth and so on, and they started backtracking, and then all of a sudden we got a phone call from my aunt, which is my dad's sister, and saying that she got a phone call from someone claiming that my mom knew my mom's name and all the information about my mom, was in need of money because her granddaughter, which is my aunt's, anyway, yeah, I can't figure out the relationship thing going on, but anyway, so it was claiming that she was in need of the money to send the money to my mom to send to the granddaughter. And so they go on and on and on and on, and they start to do backtracks because they figure out within about 4 or 5 hours that this is not real and what's going on and stuff, and they start to do backtrack. Well, my aunt works for some uppity ups and works with some of the uppity ups in government, just like my sister works with people that watch us every day. Anyway, come to find out, they started doing a backtrack on all the phones and everything in that. Come to find out that they not only did all this to try and gain the money to the whole fear thing and everything, but when they went to do a diagnostic on the phone to pull up the numbers, they had erased the numbers from their cell phones. They had gleaned a bunch of information. Come to find out, they had gleaned a bunch of information from Facebook. They had data mined several things over a period of whatever months and maybe years to set up this whole scam. And from the Facebook and from your cell phone. That's why I tell people all the time, if you get a phone call from somebody on your cell phone, or you don't know who it is or whatever, hang up as quickly as you can. The longer you stay on, the more they can data mine. Also, if you get the thing that pops up on your computer screen that says call this number right away, something something something, you must do this, or penalty of whatever, don't call it on a cell phone. Yeah, don't call it at all, but definitely don't call it on a cell phone. Call it on a cell phone, they will instantly start data mining your cell phone. They will get into that SIM card. That SIM card can be reprogrammed and set up to give them information every time you use it. You don't even need to use it, just wherever it is. It will run a signal. Every time it transfers from cell tower to cell tower, it can run a signal and will transfer data to them and let them know where you are, what you're doing, and what you like to do. So, my recommendation again, folks, the internet is not safe. Your cell phones are not safe to use, nor do transactions, financial, billing, any type of money transfer. And every time you answer it, you never know who you're really talking to. Just the ramblings of an old hardware tech that has been trying to fix things for a long, long time. It hit even closer to home this time. Luckily, as of now, no damage has been done. My suggestion to all my family members that were involved is just to close your entire Facebook account and open another one if you must. Myself, I don't like it. But I'm gonna go in here and do my thing. Y'all take care of each other. And be aware. Just be aware. See ya.
Damn, that was annoying.
I don't get what you